Hello lovelies, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for clicking on today's video. I'm so glad to have you here. Hope you all are doing great. On today's menu, we'll be making some easy yet tasty noodle recipe. For each method, you can screenshot or check the description box below. So without wasting much of your time, stay tuned, stay glued, and let's get started. Alright lovelies, at this point we are going to start by adding a glass of water in a clean pot. I will cover the lid and allow the water to come to a boil. And at this point the water has boiled. I'm going to go in with the noodles. I will stir and allow the noodle to boil for just 30 seconds because you wouldn't want your noodles to come as soggy. In a clean bowl, I'm going to crack in the eggs. I'll go in with the onions, carrots, red and green bell peppers, garlic powder, bouillon powder, and a pinch of salt. Then I'm going to combine it together. If you're making use of the sachet spices that comes with the noodles, please skip these spices, which is the garlic, bouillon, and salt that I just added. And at this point, I've already gone ahead to drain the water from the noodle, add it inside the egg and vegetable and mix effectively. I added extra eggs because for this method of noodles, you need extra eggs to be able to bind your noodles. And I've got in here my food container storage cover. You can use anything that looks similar to this or anything that is round in shape. I'm going to add the noodles inside the cover. I will tap or dress it neatly. When that step is done, I'm going to grab a plastic film to cover the top. I will allow the noodles to rest for 10 to 15 minutes just for the noodles to absorb all the spices that we added earlier on. I'm going to spray some oil in a pan. I'm going to fry the noodles batch by batch in order not to overcrowd the pan. Fry for 2 to 5 minutes on both sides. And when that is ready, I'm going to take them out and repeat the process with the rest of the noodles. Alright lovelies, while the noodles were frying, I went ahead and placed the cheese on top of the beef. I placed it into the oven for just few seconds in order to melt the cheese. I added the beef on the noodles, some lettuce, ketchup, then I added in the second layer of the fried noodles. And voila, our noodle is as good as ready. I assure you this method of making noodles, when you try it, it might be your favorite. I know a lot of kids love burger. Why not incorporate this recipe by making it look like burger for them? This is noodles burger or burger noodle. And I've got in here some onions, grounded prawn, and of course our noodles, mackerel fish stew. I'm going to add a glass of water in my clean pot. I will allow it to boil, and when the water boils, I'm going to go in with the noodles. I will stir and cover to boil for just 30 seconds. After 30 seconds, I'm going to go in with the grounded prawn, sachet of the noodle spices, the mackerel fish stew, onions. I will combine and cook for 3 minutes. noodle is too soft or too soggy. But if you are a fan of soggy noodle, you can just add a bit or a drop of water and cook for extra few seconds. I know this was too easy and too fast, right? Yes, I know. But trust me, it was tasty and it was so easy. Trust me when I say that. All right, moving on to the next step. I'm going to add a cup of water as usual in our clean pot. I will cover the lid and allow the water to come to a boil. And at this point the water has boiled, I'm going to go in with the noodles. I will add in some oil, the sachet noodle spice, blended pepper, and then our fresh rosemary, green bell peppers. Then I will mix together, cover the lid and allow the noodles to cook for just 3 minutes. 3 minutes later, at this point, I'm going to go in with the onions because I wanted the onions to be crunchy. That is why I'm adding it at this point. But if you don't like crunchy onions, you can add the onions the time you were adding the rest of your ingredients or spices. Give it a good mix and allow the heat from the noodles to steam the onions for just 10 to 15 seconds. And 15 seconds later, voila, our easy yet tasty noodle is as good as ready. How easy was that? Let me know at the comment section. I know this is the kind of recipe most people like. Who likes spending all her time in the kitchen? I don't think you do because I don't. All right, lovelies, let's move to the next step. All right, lovelies, for the next method, I'm going to add like 2 teaspoons of vegetable oil in a clean dry pan. You can use any oil of your choice. When the oil heats up, I went ahead and added in the onions. I'm going to fry for just 2 minutes. 2 minutes later, I'm going to go in with the sliced tomatoes, which I'm also going to fry for 2 minutes extra just to take away that tangy taste. And at this point, I'm going to go in with some chicken stock. You can use water if you don't have chicken stock available. I'm going to add some hot chili flakes, bouillon powder, ginger powder, garlic powder. I will mix and cover the lid and allow to boil for extra 2 minutes. After 2 minutes, I'm going to go in with my noodles. I will add in the carrot. I will cover and allow this to cook for just 5 minutes. 5 minutes into the cooking, I'm going to go in with my onions at this point. The noodle at this point still have some moist in it, which will actually help to steam the rest of the vegetables. I added in some onion scallion at this point as well. Don't be tempted to add any water at this point because like I said, the noodle have some moist in it, which will help to steam up the rest of the vegetables, okay? So when that is done, give it a nice stir. Like, oh my god, this noodle was so good. It was so good. I know I keep blowing my trumpet, but please just allow me to blow the trumpet so loud. It was so good, and voila, it is ready. This was so good. Please give it a try and let me know in the comment section what you think about it, okay? Moving on to the next method, as always, I went ahead and added in some water in our clean cooking pot. I added in some of the shrimps. I will cover the lid and allow the shrimp to cook or boil for just 5 to 10 seconds. Shrimp does not take time to cook. If you overcook it, it will become too rubbery and you might not really like the outcome. 10 seconds later, I'm going to go in with the noodles. At this point, I will add in some of the sachet noodle spice, our sliced onions, and then some hot grounded chili. Give it a nice stir, cover the lid once again, and allow to boil for extra 3 minutes. I've said this over and over again. I don't like when my noodles are too soggy. But if you like it soggy, you can cook for 5 to 8 minutes by adding a little bit of water, okay? Over here, I've already gone ahead to crack in the eggs. I'm going to go in with the rest of the vegetables, which are already shown on this video. I will go in with some spices as well and give it a nice whisk. Please, for each method, check the description box below, or better still, you can always screenshot each method to get the perfect spices or ingredients. In a dry pan, I'm going to go in with some extra virgin olive oil. Please, any oil will be fine for this recipe as well, but I don't think you need red oil or palm oil. But however, if you like palm oil, it's your food. Go for it, okay? And you don't need too much oil when frying your egg, or else it will be too oily and you might not really enjoy it. So when the oil got heated, I went ahead and added in our whisked eggs, which I'm going to fry for 2 to 3 minutes, or fry to your desire, okay? So when the top fries, I'm going to, did I say the top? I'm so sorry. When the bottom fries, I'm going to flip it the other way around so that the top will fry as well. 3 minutes later, add the cooked noodles by the side of the egg. Look at that delicious goodness, and flip it gradually just like this, and it's ready. You cannot beat a quick and a healthy breakfast, right? This cannot be enjoyed only as breakfast. You can have it anytime you feel like. This was absolutely mouth-watering. Let me know which one was your favorite in all of these 6 methods of making noodles. Comment down below. Alright, lovelies, last but not the least method, I'm going to add some water inside our pot. For this method, you can add enough water inside your clean cooking pot, cover the lid and allow the water to come to a rolling boil. And at this point, the water has boiled. I went ahead and transferred it inside the bowl, which I'm going to introduce in the noodles. When I'm done adding the noodles, I'm going to cover the lid as well. I will allow the noodles to soak inside the hot water for a minute or more. In a clean bowl, crack in all the eggs. Next, I'm going to go in with our vegetables. I will add in sachet noodle spice as always. Then I will whisk. If you're not a fan of the sachet noodle spice that comes with any noodle you are using, please use any spices that you have in your kitchen. So I went ahead and added in the milk at this point. The milk is totally optional. If you don't like it, you can skip it, but it makes this very method to be very, very fluffy. So add in the noodles at this point and whisk, and I've already gone ahead to drain the noodle off camera, so I'm going to mix it effectively. Next, I'm going to add a drop of oil. I'm using vegetable oil as always. Any oil will be fine. Even melted butter will be fine as well. Stir once again, cover and allow to sit for 5 to 10 minutes to soak all the delicious goodness. For your baking pan, spray some oil to avoid getting sticky. Add in the noodles, spread the noodles evenly to be aligned or to be evenly distributed. Cover the pan with a foil to avoid the top of the noodles from getting dried. So at this point, I'm going to place it in the oven and bake at 180 degrees Fahrenheit for 15 to 20 minutes or until it is well baked. Alright, we have come to the end of this noodle recipe. I hope you tried them out and let me know which one was your favorite. As always, if you have watched this video up to this moment, you are the real Jill. Thank you all so much for all the love and support. Please, if you like this video, do not forget to give it a thumbs up. It actually means a lot to my channel. Share and subscribe. Subscription is totally free, okay? It is totally free. You don't have to pay anything. Thank you all so much for watching. Thank you for all the love. See you all on my next video. Enjoy!